talking about, boy? OT, what you talking about, boy? OT, what you talking about, boy? OT, you be talking that. OT, what you talking about, boy? OT, what you talking about, boy? OT, what you talking about, boy? OT, you be talking that. I'm on that radio, I speak it though. What's on your mind is deep though. We'll speak it though. We on the air, just take it there, I'ma take it there. Hold up. Yeah, I'm talking about it, but I'm real about it. I speak on it, but don't catch feels about it. We can chop it up like it's nothing, baby. Things that have you like, wow, now that's crazy. Now I know we getting, just take it there. Yes, this that OT show, baby, where we take it there. Like ATL, Friday, 7 p.m. straight to 9. This that OT show, baby, now we on that line. OT, what you talking about, boy? OT, what you talking about, boy? OT, what you talking about, boy? OT, you be talking that.
What's going on, everybody? We back here live here in the OT show. Hey, we got a beautiful show for y'all today. Now, you know, OT, we all about finance, right? And I'm all about, you know, when Hill Harper and Miss Najee Roberts was on, we talked about finance, we talked about digital wallets, we talked about Bitcoin, we talked about all these necessary things when it comes down to what we're trying to do here when it's Black Cash Matters, basically, right? So why not keep that going with today's guest of Be York and the company and Be York Digital, Mr. Andre Villeroy is going to be joining your boy here, OT, in a couple of minutes. And we're going to get into the financial literacy. We're going to get into the why, right? Why everything? Why your company? Why should we do this? Why should we spend our money here? Or why should we get Bitcoin? Why should we get all of these things? So we're going to ask that question, why? So I can't wait to have him on. He's going to be joining us in a couple of minutes, as my little producer said. He'll join us in a couple of minutes. But hey, it's Friday. We made it through the week again. I'm here with you. You here with me. I appreciate you. You appreciate me. Welcome, family. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. That's for all of our subscribers, all the people watching on Facebook, all the people watching on YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube, OT Radio Show 1. Make sure you tell a friend. Hit us up on the IG. Y'all see it right there, OT Radio Show, because we got a lot of things going on today. When I tell y'all today, I got a stand-packed live interviews that's going to be going on all today. And we starting it off right when we talk about financial literacy. So we starting it off right today. So we're going to talk about financial literacy. And I'm going to have on International Nova is going to be joining your boy OT at 6 p.m. Then we're going to have my girl Ila McComb join your boy all the way from Canada. So she's going to be joining your boy here at 7:15. So, you know, we got a lot of things going on today. So y'all make sure y'all keep on tuning in. Make sure you keep on supporting, because without you, there will be no me. And I'm only here to give you insight, you know, because thank you. I watch you, you watch me. So I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I can't wait to have you on so we can go ahead and start asking that why. Why this? Why that? Because that's what we need to know. But hey, man, we made it through this tough week. A lot of people had tough weeks. I had a little tough week. Had a little stress here and there. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you, yeah, a little stress here and there, you know, dealing with things. But we got through it. I got through it. Y'all got through it because we here. So now let's enjoy the moment. Like I'm going to always say, enjoy the moments. Enjoy your time when you come down to family or friends or whatever. Enjoy that moment, because you never know when that moment is going to be gone. That's how blessings are. I believe family, I believe friends, people are blessings, right? So no matter what they came into your life or how they came into your life, they're blessings, okay? So you might have one that did you wrong. That was a blessing because it showed you certain things that you were look out for. Make sure people don't do this to you, do that. But yeah, I can't wait to have him jumping on pretty soon. Producer said he should be on in what do you say, a couple of 1 more minute. Okay, 1 more minute he should be on for joining us. But Joe, man, listen, I got a lot of things going on here on the OT radio show. We're going to be making some big announcements pretty soon. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're going to start off 2022 with a bang, but why not start off in 2021? You know what I mean? So 2021 birthday is coming up, October. So watch out for the thing that's going to be happening in October. We're going to have a lot of good shows for y'all. Might be in certain places. So we're gonna be interviewing live in certain places too in October. So get ready because it's coming. Oh, it's definitely coming, and I cannot wait. Cannot wait to have all the people around me who loves me, all the people around me that supports me, and y'all make sure y'all check out my man uh, RW and Speak on It on Saturday at 10 a.m. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Make sure you check out my man DJ Wiz, right? Christian hip hop. He do it every Sunday, every other Sunday. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all ain't checking that out, DJ Wiz, man, I don't know, y'all missing something special. But back to the regular scheduled program. We always gotta thank all of y'all to sit here and watching this. So we're gonna talk about financial literacy, and I love to talk about that because it's all about finance. What are you doing with your finances? How are you helping to build others and build yourself? How are we spending money? I want to ask Andre about his background. I want to ask him, where he tend to get his, under degree. We want to do a lot of things. Something just fell. Our producer. Yeah, so we're going to ask him a whole lot of things, and we're going to talk to him because these are certain things that needs to be known. These are certain things that we need to know. So can't wait to have my man Andre. And guess what? And I'm going to tell you this: the OT don't play. Right. Well, we always like to be on time on everything that we do. Right. So I always learn to be 15 minutes earlier to everything that I do. How I do it because uh, a woman told me a long time ago, my mother, she said, "Hey, when you on time, you're late." And till this day, I still do that. I still do that. I still come 10, 15 minutes, maybe a half an hour earlier to any of my destination because I always want to be early. Never know might deal with traffic, never know might have certain kind of issues and stuff like that. So always be on time when you are doing anything in life. Anything. Anything in life. Just be on time. But we here. Can't wait to have Mr. Andre join us here on the show. Trying to figure out what's going on. Our producers are working very good, and it's funny because my producer just got out of school, so she's actually helping me a little bit in the background, helping me out. Just just came in and started setting up real fast. Like, oh, Dad, gotta do this. So shout out to her. Appreciate you for all the things that you have been doing to support your father. And right now, our producer is saying that he has logged in and he is here. So, Mr. Andre, the CEO of Be York and Be York Digital, is going to be joining us here right now. So, we are here. Let's see what's going on with him. Hey,
I can't hear.
can't hear, but I can hear
Hold
you.
on 1 second here.
I can hear him. So, let's make sure we
Let me
get
see.
him right. Let's make sure we
Okay,
get him
hello.
right. Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay, I think I can hear here.
Okay. How you feeling? Can you hear?
Hold on. The volume is still not.
Okay, so we gotta make sure
Let's
that
see
we get
here.
this volume for him. Second real fast, y'all. Make
Okay,
sure
hello.
that we get him.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
The volume is so low, and
Everything
I don't
good?
know
Can you hear us?
what the technical difficulties are.
Probably, probably. What I'm going to probably tell you is that it's probably the background on yours. It's probably the background. So try to
Yeah,
log
mic,
in again on another one.
audio,
Okay. So
microphone.
we okay. So we're going to go ahead and mute him. We're going to get him right? So we can get him on the joint. Let me see. Give him a thumbs up if he can hear us. Give him a thumbs up if he can
I
hear
can
us.
barely hear you.
Okay, well, okay, so I guess it's the audio that is messing up on his side. So we're going to make sure we get the audio straight on his side. We will tell him to try to log back in and log back out. So that's what our producer said. Tell him to do log back in and log back out. So make sure for we can get the audio because we heard him very clearly. Can anyone hear me? That's the key to everything. If you can hear your boy OT, just give me a thumbs up. If you can hear your boy OT. And everyone's saying they can hear me. The microphone is buzzing, so it's on his side. So what I'm going to say to y'all, we're going to have him back on. I guess the microphone is having technical difficulties on that end, so we're going to make sure we have him back on. If you can hear me, but give me a thumbs up for a second. We got a person right there. Got a up. Got the power sign up. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because we got to make sure that everyone can hear because what we're going to talk about is financial literacy. We're going to talk about it and we're going to make sure that we get everything on or what we need to do. So let's see if we're going to log back in. Our producer's trying to work on him to get back in to get everything done. Yeah. So, yep, I can hear both of you. Okay. All right. So we're going to ask him to get back in right now before we can go ahead and start talking. But we can get everything going. I can hear both of you. Appreciate it, Mr. Chad. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Well, he's not on right now, but definitely appreciate you. All right. So we're going to try to see can he get back on. If we can get back on, then we're going to plug him right back in, Mr. Andre. Okay. All right. They said that he's getting back in. Producer said he's getting back in. Public says that he's about to log back in. So, hey, there we go. Let's see. Can we get him now? All
Okay.
right, Mr.
Hello?
Andre. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. There we go.
There we
Sorry,
go.
man.
There we go. How you feeling today,
Oh, I'm
bro?
feeling great, man. I'm feeling
Uh,
man, absolutely wonderful. Oh my goodness.
man, well, listen, man. Technical difficulties is part of the game. As
I
long as we get it
know.
straight, we are
That's
a
right.
okay. So, hey,
That's right.
so I gave a little people a little information about you, but I would like for you to give our listeners uh a little bit about you. So tell everybody where you from and how you got started, sir.
Oh man. Well, I'm from originally from Vallejo, California, the Bay Area, man. Yeah, the Bay Area, man, and moved to Los Angeles, man, on business, moved my family.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for me, I started young, man. I was always a little left in center from
Uh-huh.
everyone else. I didn't really fit perfectly in any group, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of gave me the room to, self discover,
Mm-hmm.
what it is that I wanted, and what did I want to go after, and all those things. So I made a lot of those decisions, earlier age. I was 23, owning apartment buildings. I didn't know what I was doing.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was purchasing real estate. But we're talking about I was 18 in high school, man, trying to study, on real estate. That was back in the early Google days, man. Very, very early, where you can't really find much of anything,
Right, right.
Yeah, you can find everything, man. But I moved from that to private finance, working with some of the most business savvy minds where my mind opened up to possibilities and what was available.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, a lot of failures, man, tons and tons of ups and downs. You're talking about a roller coaster. Entrepreneurship is definitely not for the, definitely for the weak, man. You gotta have a strong, people will tear you down. People will
Yeah,
be, it's a cutthroat world.
yes
And
it
I've
is.
learned how to weather the storm in a lot of those instances, man. And I've learned why it's important to have core values.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot, man, a lot, so much, man, and I've been able to harness everything, all of my failures, all of my mistakes, everything I've learned, research, articles, during the times where I was able to pick, certain leaders' brains, and I've done it and
hmm
mended it all together to create Bjork, what we have
Right.
today, man.
Right.
So it's really exciting.
Oh man, yo, you know what? I love that. I love that. I love that because you know what? We're gonna ask that why. Because
Oh
I
yeah.
was
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna ask that why. So where did you attend your undergrad at?
So for me, okay, so I never finished college. I started
Wow.
college, business. I had a death in the family. My little brother, who's 10 years old, he was abducted and murdered. And
Wow.
at that time, it threw me just off, man. I didn't know what to do, man. I was
hmm
trying to finish school. I couldn't focus. And so a cousin of mine who worked at Bank of America,
hmm
pretty high up in the organization,
hmm
he ended up helping me get a job in Bank of America. And so in customer service department.
Wow.
Um, and so, I that's pretty much what I did. And from there, I didn't finish. I start at that point, my ambitions were growing and growing and growing. And so, now I'm buying all these different real estate courses and, wanted to advance, what I was already accomplishing,
hmm
and it just, yeah, that's pretty, my education mainly comes from all of my experience.
I love that. I love
hands
that.
on,
I
hands
love
on,
that.
like straight.
I
Just
love that.
I was thrown in the ocean because I wanted to be there and
Uh-huh.
almost drowned
Right.
a few times. I'm like, okay, I can't call mama. Mama can't help me with this one. I called my mother, and my mama's like, baby. Well, one thing I can say, my mother, who I credit a lot to my mom. She
uh-huh.
when I was young, all my mom would always tell me. And here's the thing too, and I'm the first to admit this, man. I didn't have the great grades, man, in school. I was not a straight A student. I
Right.
was the student that didn't understand what it took to get straight A's. I wanted straight A's,
Straight
but
A's, right?
I was a legitimate C student. I was a legitimate C student, man. I couldn't do it. I didn't know it. And my mother always reminded me, she said, son, you can do anything you put your
Yeah.
imagination to. My mother told me that I was intelligent. She told me that I was smart.
Uh-huh.
And even though the grades didn't show
Show
that,
it, right?
but I believed her. And
hmm
so ultimately it was my mom, man, that really helped me and really helped to shape and rearrange my mind,
Uh-huh.
independent of results,
I like that.
And so,
I like
when we talk
that.
about that faith thing, when we
Yeah.
talk about,
Yeah.
believing, yet and still, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my mother. That was my
Yeah.
mother. And so she
Yeah.
instilled that in me. And so now it's ingrained so deep that I can look at situations, differently than others. I'm able to think differently, independent
hmm
of results. I don't care what the conditions are. I know what I
Right.
believe.
Right. But see, here's the thing that I like about your story, Rice. You already had owned real estate at the age of 18 and didn't even know what you was doing.
23. I was 23. Yeah.
23, 23, but still. But it was like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to try it and see where it leads me to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now let's talk about where did it lead you to? Because now you are the CEO of Be York and Company, Be York Digital. And I just got to ask that question. Like you said, why? Why?
Yeah. Yeah, man. What it was, it's funny. It's an interesting story. So in the midst of, I'm what, 20, about, I believe 29, I made my first $1 million.
Uh-huh.
Then it turned into, a few, I think over what, I don't know, what, 3, 4, or 5 million or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And although that was my goal,
Uh-huh.
for whatever reason, I'm like, man, why doesn't I don't feel like I thought I would feel?
Right, right.
It's just money.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't feel the way I expected myself to feel. And so, and what it was is what I discovered is that without purpose being connected to money is not actually connected to purpose. It's a tool, but what it is you have to, for at least for me, I'm just going to speak for myself. I'm not fulfilled unless I'm affecting other people. So let's bring money into the picture. Okay. You're after money. Are you making other people rich?
Mm.
Mm?
Mm.
Mm?
That's a good
So
question.
these are key things. These are key things, and these are kind of you don't. I mean, where are you going to find this information out? You can only find this information for people who are willing to give it to you that have done it, right? And so I had to learn everything. Literally, just I got beat up. I literally got beat up. I've done a lot, but I was ultimately groomed. And so the why comes from, I understand now what moves the needle. I understand how I function. I understand what doesn't work for me in most people. And that is, you don't chase. So the result that you're looking for, you kind of got to go inside that, right? And you kind of have to begin to separate things. Okay, what is it that you really want to accomplish? Most people don't know, right? There's a lot of CEOs and a lot of founders that, when you ask that question, they don't really know why. And that unfamiliar territory does challenge someone to not only move forward, but it challenges them to continue in that path. So people that kind of throw in the towel, COVID, right? COVID hit, a lot of companies shut down. Well, here we go. If you don't know your why, you're just gonna close up shop and you'll never open again.
Yep.
So the why is a part of your existence. It really is true. It's a part of who you actually are. You can't separate purpose from you. And so for me, it's been everything I do, I think differently, right? So I like to talk about our core values, and then and I'll shape the why, right? We have 4 main core values, and that's customer obsession, long-term thinking, innovation, and the spirit of excellence. Right, spirit of excellence, doing things right for the sake of doing things right, behind closed doors. When everything is said and done at nighttime, moon is out shining, and it's just you and the moon, right? What are you thinking about? What are your intentions behind closed doors? What are your intentions? Right. And if you deviate from those things, then you're not gonna be satisfied. And so for us, Bjork came from. So it's funny. It's actually an acronym. Bjork is actually an acronym from what I was feeling at the time when I started, putting all this stuff together. It stands for Go Beyond Rich.
Wow.
True for me. I was just about the money, just true. When you grow up not having it, you want it.
Right.
And you think that's the start and end of things, but it's not the end all be all. In fact, it can actually do more harm to you, because if you don't have these, for me, I was lucky I had my mother. And so when I fell down, lawsuits and different stuff, man. I mean, when I tell you I've gone through it, which made me the leader that I am today. I'm about people now. I'm about moving the needle for other people, because ultimately that's where I get my greatest satisfaction. Your success is hinged upon other people believing in you, but it's a relationship, right? It's a relationship. And so Bjork came out. So those are the values that shapes Bjork and why. And from the business side of things and operationally, I discovered through everything that I was doing that there's a huge hole in the market. This wealth inequality. It's so, when you're looking at, poor versus rich, it's a gaping hole. It's a gaping hole that's steady extending itself. Right? It's the elephant in the room that no one's really talking about it from a place of solution. We just talk about it from the place of complaint. And so when I started putting the Bjork together, I said, okay, wait a second. That's what I noticed, and I've been living with that feeling for a long time, and I just decided to do something about it. Okay. And so, and the way what that looks like is we'll talk about investors. I noticed that, who makes all the money? Institutions.
Yep.
The biggest institutions with all the money, right?
Yes.
They move the needle.
Yep.
Why is that? For 2 reasons. One, they're the ones that are crafting all this. They're the ones that designing the business plan. So rightfully so, it makes sense. However, now I'm not going to say their names, but in 2019, we had 2, and that in the industry, we had 2 companies which were competing against each other, but they both went public. I don't know if you remember, you know what I'm talking about.
Big company. Yeah.
And here's the thing. We all saw it coming, as they were releasing press releases and all that stuff, right? It's not rocket science. Invest in them. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Given the opportunity, anyone would.
Yeah.
Well, but why? The people who were the audience, the consumer, the average consumer had no opportunity to invest in something that they knew would work. They knew.
Mm-hmm.
They knew.
Yeah.
Well, it's only the institutions that get those opportunities. I wanted to change that. I said that's not. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So we're going to change. We're going to invert this process, and we're going to allow consumers, regular investors, to
Mm-hmm.
be able to be in with the movement of the market, right?
Okay.
Not just after an IPO, depending on the stage of the company, depending on other factors or whatever. But the biggest opportunity is in that pre-IPO.
Yeah.
That's where you're
Yeah.
getting the biggest discounts,
Yeah.
for that stock.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to change all of that and what that looks like for America. And so that's where we came up with, Bjork Accredited Investor on the merchant side. And the
Mm-hmm.
digital side came in from basically it's just a carbon copy digital footprint of Bjork.
Okay.
And because of blockchain, the technology allowed us to come up with some really, really cool things that are very beneficial for the investors, especially when you're talking about security and transparency, which I love.
Yeah.
We've been able to lock in a lot of protective measures for investors so that basically Bjork Digital takes the guesswork out of investing. It takes all of the sophistication, the analytics, the rolling the dice. We've removed all that. Now you can pretty much look at your own blueprint and you can get down the road. You know what you're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Wow. Hey, because you know what, man, we need that. We need that. Right now, we're talking to the CEO of Bjork and company of Bjork Digital, Mr. Andre, and the CEO. Man, this is what we need right now. This is what we need, because I'm going to tell you something, right? Because when we talk about financial literacy, right? Because you're an ambassador of financial literacy, right? How long you been an ambassador for?
Man, almost 20 years now.
20 years. I guarantee you, when you was talking it, people just was like, okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Yo, you know what, man? He just talking. Yeah. I mean, he just talking.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden things start going like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yes.
They hear from somebody else. They hear from somebody else now. And then they come to you and be like, hey, listen, check this out. You sit back like, yo, dude, I didn't told you that about 4 years ago.
Yeah, I get it now. I get random text messages and and emails, or a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend and all that stuff, man. And yeah, I get it all the time. But I'm gonna tell you what's important. What I've learned is that when you have an idea, right, that you want to execute, it's actually better that you keep it to yourself. And here's why. Because it's all about your intention. We talk about it because we just want to receive validation.
Yes.
That's all it is. Because we want to know that you agree with it. It's a good idea, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, people aren't, their minds are not conditioned to see things your way. Perspective is a mathematical calculation anyway. So when you're talking about a perspective, that can change. It changes and rotates based on, Albert Einstein theory of relativity. Or are you, the distance between the point in which you're looking at and you, it's relationship, it's relative to your understanding, your perception. So when you're talking about business ideas for every entrepreneur out there, keep it to yourself, develop your business plan, and then start executing and talk about it along the way.
Yes.
Then people will receive you differently.
Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So, oh man, see, you done gave me so much information already, right? And I want to tell you, like, matter of fact, you didn't answer like 4 of my questions.
Sorry. Listen, man, this is my space, man. You give me a platform, man. I'll just go, man. This is what I love, man.
So, tell our people, right? I mean, you didn't already told them everything, but with the digital marketing now that's going on now, what can they do to get in the digital game? Because right now, everybody, like I own some Bitcoins, I own a couple of little stocks here and there, especially in the crypto thing. I own a whole lot. But how can they get into that? Because a lot of people are very like skeptical a little bit, right?
Right.
And here's the reason why I say that, because you have other markets that's doing it, right? Like
Right.
Robinhood and crypto, whatever the other one is, and all these markets, but they're not giving you all of them.
Right. Right. So I'm going to give you the biggest investment tip that exists. The biggest one.
Hold up. When someone give me something big, I got my paper, I got my pen and paper, because I am a student. I am still a student, and I'm always willing to learn. Go ahead.
If you don't remember anything else, this is what's going to move the needle for you. Think long term. Do not think short term. Short term comes with, there are strategies that work, but instant gratification doesn't work over time. So the way to actually invest is you have to get behind a company that you believe in and weather the storm with them.
Yeah.
Pretend that you are a partner with them. Pretend that you're married to this company. If you're married, what are your values? If something doesn't work out, you divorce,
Right.
Or are you built differently and you're willing to weather the storm, right? Most companies have the potential to bounce back. You see Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. It's the same story over and over and over again. No one's seeing pattern recognition.
Yeah.
Pattern recognition looks like this. Companies that have big vision, they have, obviously, they're capitalized. They have a great management team. Give them time to develop. Okay. So that means that, when that stock starts trading at, $35 and it drops down to, 20 or 10 or 5, it doesn't matter. First of all, invest money that you can afford to lose. Right. Because if you invest money that you can afford to lose, you can weather the storm. It doesn't matter to you. So, but you have to keep your eyes on a different type of opportunity. Your opportunity, it encompasses wealth, but technically you're believing in that company and you want to ride the success wave with that company. They're actually doing all the work for you. You see what I'm saying? So, you don't have to develop a business plan. You don't have to build a team and all that stuff and hire and fire people and, everything that constitutes a business and how it operates. You don't have to do that. Here's what you have to do. You have to determine, okay, what is it that I'm interested in? Am I interested in actually building wealth? It's not going to happen overnight. Right. So you have to invest with the mindset of knowing that, okay, I'm going to be with this company for the next 10 years at least.
I like that.
Everything that goes on in the middle doesn't matter. So Warren Buffett, that's actually Warren Buffett's strategy. He's looked at as the investment god because he is. Yeah, he perfected that model. He perfected that mindset. And so those of us, CEOs that pay attention to all that stuff, all the fine details, and again, it's pattern recognition. We carbon copy it.
Yeah. Because you know what, I have a good friend of mine, right? And he called me about once a month, and I remember this 20 years ago when the airline stock was like a penny, right?
Oh yeah, wow.
He said, and I quote, he said, "Joe, take everything out your 401k, man, and invest it in these airlines." I said, "Man, you crazy out your mind, man. You tripping. You definitely is tripping." Well, just to say it, and you spoke about it, is longevity. 15 years.
Ooh.
He is a millionaire, and it all came from the stocks. It all came from the airline. Because he said, listen, they won't fly again. You just gotta get through it. Man. And he called me once a month, asked me how everything's going, and showed me pictures. And until this day, and he know it. I tell him all the time. I said, man, you know what, man? I should have weathered the storm with you. I should have weathered the storm with you, because who would ever think that at that time, right? And he thought about it at that time, and he took almost about, I ain't gonna count all his money, but he took almost about 300,000 out his 401k and just threw it all in there. And now he just sitting back, he chilling. He's sitting back chilling, enjoying his life, enjoying his wife, enjoying his kid, and relax.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's what you do. So but see, the thing is that, again, the problem is that, everyone wants to shine, they want, nice cars, and I don't have a problem with any of those things,
Right.
But you have to know when,
Yes.
don't pull out your safe haven to, buy, stuff, don't
Right.
do that.
Right.
You have bigger goals,
Mhm.
you have bigger goals. That's really what it really comes down to. What are your goals? I mean, if your goals are to, buy, I don't know, a Lamborghini or something, okay, cool. Well, it's only what, a few $100,000. That's
Right.
nothing. It ain't nothing.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
cool. Yeah, you done it. I mean, are you done with life?
Right.
Did you win life? I mean, what are you going to give it to your children? What are they going to just share? They're going to, drive it, take turns throughout the week. I mean, like, what's your, like, what is it for you? And so people, they have these short-term goals that does not connect to what they really are and what they really want. So, wealth needs to be redefined and re-understood. What true wealth is, wealth equates to time.
Yes.
Rich is an amount.
Yep.
Rich is an amount. Wealth is time. How long can you last on this money?
I need you to say that one more time for people to get the understanding of that right there. Say it one more time for our listeners who just are just tuning in.
So wealth is time. Wealth equals time. The length of time that you can actually last, within this money, right? Rich is just an amount. Rich is, not here or there, but it's all about wealth. What's your sustainability like? Okay. There's a term that's been thrown around a lot now, generational wealth. And I love it. And I'm glad that people are thinking like that, because now that puts people in a position to invest long term, because they're thinking amount, but they're also thinking timeline. Well, let's build from that. So you get behind a company. Here's the thing too, when it comes down to investing, you don't need, like most people, they're trying to study too many companies, and they're almost, kind of whoring themselves. They're whoring their money around, and believing that they have to put their money at work like an institution, and have, 20 different companies in their portfolio. I don't believe in that, because you don't have enough money to spread around 20 different companies and actually move the needle. So you need to, select 3 to 5 companies at most. Really, you only need one home run, just one company that you really, really believe in, and see it through.
Yeah.
And so, and again, it's just about weathering the storm. So, and that's what, with Bjork, that's the heartbeat of us, is long-term thinking. What are we going to be doing 10 years from today? The answer is we don't know, but that's where innovation comes in at, because it depends on the market.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it depends on the market. As the market change, you have to change. I mean, we've seen this demonstrated with company after company after company. You look at Redbox. You look at which was an innovation from Blockbuster, Hollywood videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And then from there, Netflix. And so you have a progressional statute where you look at the ones that started it all. Blockbuster, at least from my generation, I don't know if people came from them, but
me too. Blockbuster.
They had the opportunity.
Yeah,
they should have bought out Redbox and then Netflix.
Yeah,
it shouldn't have been a Netflix.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. It could have been Blockbuster. Yeah, but
so we pay attention to the market. We pay attention, So
some people can't. I guess follow change because they don't want to change themselves.
It's ego. Yeah, it's absolutely ego. It's like, we've made it. We're not going to change. Everyone loves us. And that's it. It's not the right answer. You have to, your brand, you don't really own your brand. Your brand is the feeling that people receive when they hear your name, when they see the color, when they the people, the consumer actually own your brand.
Yes.
They get to dictate and say what you are, and, based on their feeling, from a company. So, ultimately the customers have to decide, what you do next. You just have to be smart enough to pay attention. You know who did that? You know who lived by that?
Who?
Steve Jobs. That's what he did. When it came down to technology, he didn't believe in just, here's some cool technology. Let's see what we can do with it.
Right.
What he did was he paid more attention to the customer and seeing what is it that they need. We need to start there and answer direct questions, with direct solutions. to this industry, and that's why they scaled so big and so quickly. Once he figured out that that was the formula that actually moves the needle to an infinite scale ability, there you go.
Well, let me ask you a question. I gotta ask you this question, right? Because I always say this, right? Chick-fil-A. The reason why Chick-fil-A is so good because their customer service is so excellent.
Absolutely.
When you go inside Chick-fil-A, they say good morning to you, good afternoon, how may I help you? What can we do?
That's right.
Their prices is high, but you're going to go there because you know what? Yeah, exactly. Because you're going to feel good before you leave out of there. And I'll tell anybody that no matter what, their prices are high, but the reason why you really go there is for the satisfaction of someone saying, good morning to you, how are you feeling?
And they actually wait for the answer.
Yes. Yes,
they do. Wait for the answer.
Yes, so they do.
They were taught leadership. Those are leadership values. So, I call that's the spirit of excellence. And so, that's a value, that's a core value-based company, and that's why they're winning, and they will always continue to win.
Yes.
People drive. My wife, now here's the thing. I'm a Chick-fil-A fan, but it's not my favorite personally. It's just not my favorite. But my wife, my wife will outbid me any day of the week. If I say, hey, baby, In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A, she's gonna be like, you gotta ask me Chick-fil-A. What do you mean? Like,
right.
So she will drive. We live in LA, so she will drive through traffic. She don't care. We could be anywhere. And she's gonna find a Chick-fil-A. That's what she loves. So and that's what you get when your company again, it's about threading your values from the top all the way down to the end employee, down to the garbage man.
Yeah, because I try to tell, especially when we have a black-owned business, right? Try to tell them that customer service matters, right? And the reason why people come to stores is because of the customer service. We would like to be greeted. For me, and I'm going to tell anybody, I go somewhere where the customer service is excellent.
That's right.
Because you want to feel like, okay, if I'm spending $60, I'm spending $60 and I feel good about spending $60.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people get things so confused when it comes down to black-owned businesses because our brothers and sisters feel like they don't have to really give you the customer service that you need. Let me tell you something. Money has no face or color. So at the end of the day, where I spend my money at is where my customer service is.
That's right.
No matter if you're black, European, Haitian, Jamaican, or whatever, your customer service is good. I'm going to spend the money. You know what I mean? Because that's what draws people in. And we totally forget about that now. Because you look at technology now, they are eliminating the customer service part and giving you digital.
Right. Yeah. See, and I think that comes from this notion that, the product sells itself. It's not true. The values, the brand, the feeling, the experience that customers receive actually is what sells itself. I'll give you a case in point. There's a company, I'm not going to say its name, but there's a company that a food company. Okay. The biggest chain has been criticized beyond what you would any other company, beyond repair for any other company, and yet like, how in the heck? Like, wait, how here and still dominating?
Yeah.
So, and they have a long history. Now, here's the thing. Now, there's back and forth about certain customer service stuff, and you have to go to a certain, franchise. Now they're decentralized, so it's different. But but again, though, you can go to some of those chains and you will receive the best customer service there is, because that's the secret. That's the secret sauce. Is within you having the ability to extend your values without even saying it. You don't have to go around saying, hey man, we believe in, customer satisfaction. You don't have to say that. Demonstrate it.
Yeah. And that's why I would tell anybody, you got to demonstrate it. Well, yo, man, wow. How, man, you know what? I wish I could keep you on so much longer because we've been on this right here when we talk about financial literacy, and here
Yeah.
you are talking about the company. So tell everybody, how can they get into the company,
Yes.
and what
Yeah.
can you do?
Yes, yeah. So go to bjorkdigital.com. You can download the white paper. You can buy our token. It's right now it's at 30 cents. It's actually going to be going up again. And quite shortly here. You can follow us on Bjork Digital on Instagram, Facebook, also Bjork, the parent company. You can any inquiries or questions, they can DM me. I'm just Dre Villeroy, which is at Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
with any questions, and I'll be happy to answer. Or they can head over to our chief head of digital, which is Kenny Burrell, which is Kenny Burrell on
Right.
Instagram, and they can DM him as well. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, man. I didn't already reached out to you. I'm still waiting for my video on MP4. If you look at it, you can check the
Okay.
video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We will
Yeah.
do it. We will do it. We will do it. I love it, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Oh man, listen, man. Thank you, man. Listen, man. You got to come back on, man. You have to
I
come
will.
back
I
on.
will. I will. We'll
You
get
know
that
what I mean?
scheduled
So
in for sure.
yeah, man. So if you got anything that you're doing, far as you got like grand openings or you going somewhere to another state to speak, you can
Okay.
always come back on, man. And that's truthful. And your
I love
publicist
it,
can
man.
tell you that. Your
Yeah.
publicist can
Thank
tell
you,
you
man.
that.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Much love, brother. Love
Oh
much.
man, appreciate you for giving us the knowledge. Appreciate you for giving us the insight. I definitely appreciate you because you're giving what we need to hear, right?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
we need to hear about finance. We need to
Yeah.
hear about financial literacy. We need to hear about what we can do and how can we do things to push that needle to, you
That's right.
know, what we say financial wealth, what I mean, generational wealth, and you
Mm-hmm.
giving us the insight. And we need that because you don't
Mm-hmm.
actually hear that a whole lot. Now you might hear snippets of it, right?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
you ain't going to get the whole apple. I call it the whole apple. Before
Yeah.
you eat it, you got the whole apple.
Yeah.
So I want you to get the seeds, and you are laying down the seeds for people can have multiple apples. Now, if
Absolutely,
people
man.
if people don't get on this game, and like I said, time and time again, and I'm going to say this: y'all do not come to me 3, 4, 5 months later when you hear a big celebrity talk about this. What I'm going to do to you, I'm going to refer you back to this date, to this interview, to this person, CEO, Mr. Andre,
Thank you,
of Be
man.
York
Thank
and
you.
Company and Be York Digital, because this is what we was talking about. And I guarantee you it's going
Appreciate
to
you.
happen. It's going to happen. You know it's
Appreciate
going to happen, right?
you.
Yeah, you know,
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's
yeah.
happening now. It's funny, man. We're trying to schedule everything in, so a lot of stuff is penciled in, a lot of things are in pen.
Mhm.
It's a lot of things are happening that I can't yet just speak out on,
Right.
but it's happening quickly.
Gotcha.
So it's like, and what's funny is that I'll say this, Uber had the same problem.
Mm,
Yeah, man.
mm.
There was an interview with Travis, and he was talking about it. He was just like, okay, we didn't know that it was going to pick up this quick. So now we're just trying to
Right.
hire.
Right.
And yeah, and that's the direction that we're
Uh-oh.
headed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
So y'all better go ahead and jump on it right now. It's at 30 cent, as you said, and it's rising. It's rising. So
yes, sir.
I'm about to jump on that stage right now. So
Yes,
just to
sir.
let you know, you're gonna be seeing some stages that
Absolutely.
I'm about to jump on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, I'm about to jump on these stages right now. So we're gonna
Yes, sir.
talk.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna DM you.
Okay.
I'm gonna DM you some stuff, but we're gonna talk because
Okay, please.
I'm
Yes,
about to
sir.
jump on it too, sir. I'm about to jump on it too
Awesome.
because
Awesome.
you got to.
Let's do
You
it.
got to. You got
Yeah,
to
we got
because
to, man.
yeah.
Let's do it, man.
Get,
Love.
get them tokens. Get them tokens.
Yes. Yes.
Tim said, "Get them tokens." He said, "Get them
That's
tokens."
right.
Best believe
That's
OT
right.
gonna have a couple of tokens. Yeah, I mean we're
Yeah.
gonna have a couple of tokens, baby.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But look, man, I appreciate you once again, man, for
Thank you,
joining your
man.
boy here on the show. Much blessings, much love, man. Keep doing your
Too, man.
thing. And again, give everybody your IG handles.
Yes, Dre Villeroy, which is on Instagram. You can also find Bjork Digital on Instagram. Just search Bjork Digital. There's no spaces or anything like that. You can also reach out to Kenny Burrell at Instagram. And again, just DM us with any questions. Kenny Burrell, just for clarity, he's the chief digital officer. That's why I'm letting you know him. And just reach out with any questions, man, and we'll be happy to answer. Right.
Well, you'll be back on. You best believe it. You will be back on. I'm
Can't
telling you
wait,
that
man.
right now. I'm telling you
Can't
that.
wait.
I can't wait. I can't wait, man. But yo, appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for taking the time out for
Thank you,
talking
man.
to your boy OT, man.
All right,
I
T.
appreciate you, bro.
Okay.
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro. Oh man, good show, y'all. Hey, listen, like I'm gonna tell y'all again, make sure y'all go ahead and check him out. B York and Company, B York Digital. Hey, CEO Mr. Andre joined your boy here on the show. We talk about financial literacy. We talk about Bitcoin. We talk about all these things for everybody to know what to do, how to do it. And if you want to check him out, like he said, you can check out his IG handle, B York Company or B York Digital. DM BEYORCH. Make sure y'all DM him. Make sure y'all jump on that. Make sure y'all get them tokens because your boy OT is going to get those tokens. You best believe it. And I appreciate everything. Hey, make sure y'all go ahead and check us out. Y'all want to see the replay of this video? We got it on YouTube because remember, we always live on YouTube. So make sure you check us out on YouTube. OT Radio Show 1. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to us. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit me up on Instagram. Y'all see it right there. OT Radio Show. At OT Radio Show. Hit me up on Instagram. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And once again, I'll see y'all around 6 o'clock tonight. I'm going to have on my man, International Nova, is going to be joining your boy here on the show at 6 o'clock. I love y'all. Y'all be good. And I'll see y'all again. Peace, blessings, and make sure y'all do what y'all got to do for your family because family is the key to life. Peace, y'all.